Mr Shifty is a top-down action game developed by Team Shifty and published by TinyBuild. It's set to go out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC and Mac in spring 2017. You play as, well, you guessed it, Mr Shifty. From what we've played in the preview build so far, you're basically in the middle of a heist of a high security building that's full of armed goons that are just out to get you. Now this isn't your classic sort of run in, gun all these enemies down sort of game. No, Mr Shifty doesn't actually have any weapons to start off with, so you've got to use your melee combat. Now when you see the amount of enemies in some of the levels, it can be quite daunting, except Mr Shifty actually has a trick up his sleeve. You're able to, well, shift around the map quite quickly. This doesn't really make you invincible, but it will get you out of tricky situations when you really need it. And you can even use this ability to shift through walls. So you might see an enemy on one side of the wall, you can jump through the wall right behind him and just punch him in the back and kill him. It's a really neat way of getting around the map as well. The top-down perspective really means you can see a lot of the threats that are around you as well. The actual gameplay feels very much like Hotline Miami. It's quick-paced. You all probably die a lot of times just while you're learning the surrounding area, and it's really quick to restart as well once you do die. And really that quick sort of loading into a game once you do die is quite important in a game like this, because dying is just going to happen. And a lot of the levels really will be just a case of trial and error before you can really find the correct path to make it through the entire area without just dying. I would like to see a little bit of variety in terms of gameplay though. At the moment it probably will feel quite repetitive if you're having to do the same thing each and every level. The preview build has maybe 4 or 5 levels in it, and it is starting to drag on a little bit. Maybe being able to perform different combos in melee would maybe add a little bit of depth to it, because at the moment you literally just gotta spam punch and that's it. Well, there is parts where you can actually pick up melee weapons such as like planks of wood or pipes, and that does sort of break up the monotony a little bit, but it would be nice to see a couple more moves in there as well. You really do need to be playing Mr Shifty with a controller too. I mean, just even thinking about using a keyboard and mouse for this game just makes my head hurt, so yeah, you do need a controller to play. As it stands though, right now, Mr Shifty has a lot of potential. I can see it being quite rage-inducing at times though, but if they're able to add in a few more mechanics into the combat system, then I can really see Mr Shifty doing well. If you want to see the beta of the game yourself, you can check the link in the description below and let us know what you think in the comments.